So today I have with me all the way from Jamaica, Inpha Reblitive. I'm going to get to know more about him, how he came by the name, among other things. So, hello, how you doing?
Yeah, man, greetings from Jamaica, man, from the Caribbean, the West Indies, you know. Pleasure
Fantastic.
being here.
So, which city are you in?
All right, so I'm currently in Maypen from Clarendon. Yeah, man.
Fantastic. All right, so tell us about yourself. Who are you? How did you come by this very interesting name as well?
The name. All right, it's a long story, but you see how best as possible we can cut it short. So basically, I used to use the name Infrared, and that name came about as a result of I lost my dad at a young age, and I was around some people that was negative and more in the violence side of life. So at one point we almost got mixed up in trying to get revenge for my dad and so forth. And one of the tools had an infrared on it, and that's where I got the name because that was one of the favorite. However, growing up and started doing music now, there was a lot of other artists that had the name Infrared. So I wanted to be different. So I cut the red and just started using Infa. And then I became a part of a movement which was rebellious relatives. And then again, I fused the rebellious and relatives and got the reblative. So yeah, in short, that's basically how the name came up.
Fantastic. So, how long have you been doing music for?
Basically, I'd say almost 10 years. Yeah, give and take almost 10 years.
Fantastic. And within this period, what has been some of the highlights for you personally?
Personally, highlights. I would say being on like productions with Vibes Cartel and the Great Standard and the Body Language Rhythm, both produced by Navigator Entertainment. Um, Also being on featured on Tamile's Transition album and a song titled Spinners. I'd also say performing at Sting 2022 was a great opportunity for me as well. And last year, Tommy Lee called me up on an event called Pull Up in Kingston. So just to name a few, I would say those are some of the standout moments for me.
Fantastic. I mean, you have a new song, New Feel Like Myself, right? Tell us about it. How did you come by this song? What inspired it?
Okay, so sometimes I am from Jamaica, and sometimes people present Jamaica out there to be a happy society, which we are at times, but we have our ups and downs. But Jamaican people, we still have a lot of people that are broken. A lot of people have traumas from past and so forth. And so one of my main trauma from my past that I haven't gotten over till this day is the loss of my dad, as I've mentioned before. So sometimes when I'm down, it's a term that I use that me not feel like myself. I don't feel like myself. So that's really where the concept of the song came from. And I know for sure that quite a few people have their days when they just don't feel okay. So this song is basically letting my listeners know that sometimes it's okay not to be okay, but at the same time finding a way to channel or vent your feeling is a way that you can use to overcome. It's good to talk because, I mean, mental health is a serious issue worldwide, especially for men, that a lot of people don't talk about. So that's basically where the concept of this song came from.
And how are people responding to it since it's been out? Do you feel they get the full message and how are they reacting to it?
Okay, so I would definitely say people are responding positively to it because there are lines, there are lines or bars from the song that each time we post it on social media, there is a particular line that different individuals can relate to that they reuse in the comment section. For example, one line I said, remember when my baby mother drained my account? There were a lot of females that use it in the opposite way, that their baby father move on, leave them to have a difficult time with their child and so forth. So a lot of people can identify with a lot of different segments or sections of the song.
What would you term it as your style of music? What kind of music do you do?
Okay, so I would say my music is somewhat raw and hardcore, because I mostly do dancehall music, and dancehall music is really music from the ghetto, from the garrison, because that's where I grew up. And I would definitely say my music is realistic, and at times, even though sometimes we may be creative with the our lyrics, at times I try to make my music as vivid as possible, so somebody can understand or get a clear picture of what I am trying to paint in my music.
Fantastic. And you mentioned that you've had some collaborations with Vibes Cartel, Tommy Lee, Sparta, amongst others. What do you pick up or learn from these collaborations?
I would say what I have learned is that to reach on the level of these icons, you have to work really hard, because they don't play about when it comes to work. If they say they need a song by this evening, you can't wait until next week to say yeah, go do this next week, because somebody else maybe just get the feature instead of you. Yeah, so working hard and putting in the real effort is what I've garnered from those experiences.
And talking about collaborations, I mean, reggae dancehall is also a big thing in Ghana and parts of Africa. Have you heard of any of our artists? Are there any you would want to collaborate with?
Definitely. Black Sheriff. Of course I messed up, that song. I love that song, Who has never messed up. Shatta Wally is very big in Jamaica. Trust me. Even after his performance at Vibes Cartel's Freedom Street, his song became one of the most reused sound on TikTok after. So that's a big thing. He's a big thing in Jamaica, and also Stone Boy. So yeah, I would love to work with any one of those three for sure.
Dancehall is a global thing, although it originates from Jamaica. Are there any sort of global representations we like to make in terms of appearances on stages outside of, say, Jamaica that sort of celebrates the culture?
Okay, I mean, all right. Like, I'm not sure if you can see, like, even my pendant. Jamaicans are very big on Africa, So, I mean, I think every artist from Jamaica dream is to perform in Africa. We may not know the names of the stadiums and so forth, but we definitely love to perform in Africa. I mean, the Wireless Festival in the UK. We love to perform in the US as well. So there are a lot of, I mean, we want to be as big as possible, where we can perform anywhere in the world. But like I said, Africa would probably be the main or number one place we like to get connected to.
Fantastic. I mean, we're in a new year, 2025. How is it looking like for you? What should we look forward to?
Okay, so I'd say it's it's more of the same, but more intensified or more consistent, or putting out more work. You understand? Because of the last 6 months, I've been working with a team that is more structured and more precise in terms of what we are doing. And we have a lot of singles that are recorded, that we're still thinking of some strategies of how to release them. We're still not sure if we want to do a EP or an album, but we have a lot of songs that are recorded that we can choose from if we want to do a body of work. But I think maybe for the first quarter of the year, we're just working on releasing some singles and as well as currently promoting the same single, I Feel Like Myself.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And maybe we can end off by zooming into Ghana. What are your promotions targeting Ghana this year? What do you want to do in terms of your partnership with Ghana?
Okay. So I like I said previously, I love to visit Ghana itself. I love to work with producers from Ghana, artists from Ghana as well. So it's a big thing for me, but we're doing things step by step, and hopefully we can get there together.
Fantastic.